We start with a wheel that's been washed and dried and ready to put on a wheel band. Wheel bands have two essential components. One is a mounting track. This mounting track is a continuous piece that can mount anywhere from 4 to 5 or 6 wheels. It also comes bundled into 4 individually cut pieces for each individual wheel. It's a little easier to work with when you're mounting on the wheel. It's closer to the wheel size and easier to handle. Next component is the color insert. They snap in. There's a variety of colors to use: red, green, white, blue. We have them all. We have an alcohol prep pad to wipe the wheel surface down that we're going to bond the wheel band onto. We have a little application tool to help press the wheel band into place on the outer rim of your wheel. Finally, we need a knife or some kind of cutting instrument to cut the length of the wheel band to the proper size to fit the wheel. You'll score the wheel band, or cut it off with a pair of snippers. For proper wheel band installation, surface preparation is essential. The alcohol wipe or an alcohol-soaked rag is going to be necessary to wipe the surface down that you're going to be bonding the 3M high bond tape to that's on the back of the mounting track. So we want to have a good surface, just like painting or any other thing that you're trying to get a high bond to a surface. You've got to make sure you have a clean surface to work with. So we take the alcohol prep pen, we wipe all the way around the outer edge of the wheel that you're going to bond the wheel band onto. Make sure it's clean. There's always a little residual left even after a good wash. You want to make sure you get all the last little bit of oil or grease that might be in the way of a good bond off the wheel. A mounting track cut close to the size of the wheel you'll be installing on is easiest for the installation process. The pre-cut tracks come in sizes out to 22 inches to fit a wheel out to 22 inches. You'll note here on this particular wheel we have a wheel weight we're going to be able to mount over the clip on the wheel weight, no problem. Before installing the mounting track, cut the end off to make sure you get a nice flush end that you'll be starting with. Now you want to pull off the back liner of the 3M tape. Pull it off just a little bit at a time so you don't expose too much tape at once. You don't want to get it dirty as you're trying to put it onto the wheel. So you get it started here. I'm going right up against the clip of the wheel weight, starting from there and working the way around the wheel. Pulling off the liner, the back liner of the tape slowly as going around, protecting that tape. We're not pressing down the wheel band too hard. We're just a little tacky fit to keep it in place as we get the general fit of the wheel. We'll come back later and press it down harder once we know we've got it in the shape we want to make sure we get a nice round fit on the wheel. So you keep working your way around with the tape, pulling off the liner a little bit at a time. And as you get close to the end, it's ready to cut or score and snap off. So you get your cutting tool. Before you put it in place, you want to check and see how it's fitting. You got it all lined up well. You got the right length there, and then make your cut. If you use a knife, you'll want to score it and bend it back and forth, and it'll snap off. Or you can use like a pair of pruning shears or snips. It cuts off real well that way too. So you break it off to the right length. We're on the other side of the wheel weight clip right now. So what's happening is the height of the track is about the height of the clip of a wheel weight. Okay, we're going to do one final check to make sure it's on there the way we want it, nice and round. This is a point where you can pick it up gently, and since it hasn't been tacked down all the way, you can kind of pick it back up a little bit and reposition it to make sure it's the way you want it. We're now ready for the insert. The insert is going to be mounted opposite the ends of the mounting track. So the end of the insert is opposite the end of the mounting track. This self-reinforces the two ends of the insert and reinforces the two ends of the mounting track. The mounting track is about the height of a wheel weight clip, so we can go right over the clip and the insert bridges right across there, and we come around, we get to the length we want to get to. We pull out our trusty knife or a cutting tool again. Again, the knife does not come in the retail kit. You're going to supply your own knife or cutting tool. What we'll do is we'll score the end of the insert. If we want to go a little bit longer, that'll put a little bit longer and put a press fit on it. That'll make it look really difficult to see the seam of the color insert. If you want to leave it a little bit short so you can pop a knife or something back in there to take the color insert out easily, if you want to be switching colors, that's a good idea too. So it's kind of your preference. This one's being a little bit long, so we're going to pop it in there and then go back and work our way in and snap it into place. And we get a nice press fit on this job here. Looks good. We're ready for the last step, which is make sure everything's in place. We go back over the insert, make sure it's been properly snapped into the mounting track all the way around. At the same time, we're pushing down to make sure the tape is bonded well to the wheel. This means we can drive off down the road at whatever speed limit the police will let us drive at. We're ready to go. You want to give a day or two before you go through a car wash, but basically this wheel band is ready to rock and roll.